This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the Israel Conference 2014 here in Los Angeles. I have with me Jonathan Sachs, Genesis Partners, and he's also a featured speaker at this conference. So tell me, welcome first of all to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you for having me on your show.
It's good to have you. What's Genesis Partners?
We are an early stage venture capital fund out of Israel. We invest in seed and early stage Israeli technology companies.
Now I understand why you're at the Israel conference. What did you speak on today?
I chaired a panel on cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a fascinating area that's gaining a lot of traction lately because of the challenges it faces and because of the opportunities that we as venture capitalist investors see in the area.
Give me three things you look for in a cybersecurity company in order to invest in them.
I'll tell you three things I look for in any company, and that is the strength of the team, the strength of the technology and the product, and the markets that they are addressing. Hopefully, this is a company that we invest in which will reach the valuation of hundreds of millions of dollars, if not $1 billion.
Let me ask you a question. We're in the midst of terrible issues all around the world, almost too many to mention. When you're dealing with a startup today, they're not going to have something ready that quickly. So isn't it as important to get to market quickly to answer a current need, or is it that there'll always be another need?
That's an excellent question, and you're absolutely correct. I mean, if there's a current problem, usually the incumbents and the existing players in the market are addressing that market need and have a product. We are investing in seed and early stage companies. These are needs that we think, or the company thinks, that will exist in the years to come. And hopefully by then they will have a solution, a product to solve that need. In cybersecurity, the need and the threats are constant because the attackers, the hackers, are constantly finding ways to penetrate whoever they're trying to penetrate, right? So these are needs that are constant. We're constantly under threat. And the methods needed, the solutions needed to address these threats and to combat them are many. And unfortunately, that's the way of the world. But in cybersecurity, we're constantly under these threats. And the startups are looking for ways, usually very deep technology, and ways to address these threats that will be implemented in a few years.
Pick one cyber security issue that would be at the top of your list that you would take that meeting under any circumstances.
The area of cybersecurity is a hot one now. So I would take any meeting in the area with people that I think are exceptionally strong. The world of cybersecurity has changed. Once upon a time, we used to defend the perimeter of the organization, of governments, of critical infrastructures. Everyone is now connected and always connected. Guarding the perimeter is no longer an issue because they're penetrated, probably. So now what do we do once they've penetrated? How do we find them? How do we mitigate the risks? How do we analyze that? Those are the issues that cybersecurity companies are facing now. And a buzzword or a word called ATP, Advanced Persistent Threat. So the attackers, the penetrators, could be within our organization for months or even years, gathering information and sitting quietly until they find the opportune time to attack. That's a huge threat that we need to target and to fight.
What's your background?
I've been in the venture business for 15 years now, investing in seed and early stage companies. Before that, I had a background in the Israeli military for 10 years, and then as an operator or working in an operating company in the telecommunications space.
So when you come to a conference like this here in the United States, and you've got these young startup companies, you must love this. I can look at this smile.
Well, I love my job, so I'm very fortunate always to be around people that are much smarter than me, much brighter than me, much more innovative than me, and I'm constantly learning. So that's why I love my job. Coming to conferences like this is a great opportunity to meet extremely interesting, exciting, and good people. So, you know, it's all about the people. That's what we say at Genesis Partners. It's all about the people, and this is one of the places where you can meet really, really interesting people.
From your standpoint, would you consider would you be able to say that in terms of cybersecurity, Israel's technology and the developing companies coming out of the tech transfer world, if you will, are number one in the world?
I would say we're up there. I would say Israel is probably number two only to Silicon Valley in terms of innovation. So it's definitely a center of innovation excellence. And specifically, you know, in Israel, we've been dealing with security threats since inception, since 1948. So we're good at least that, you know, at dealing with security issues. And we've leveraged that, you know, into the commercial world or into the business world because, unfortunately, for all of us, that has become a threat. You know, security threats are something that all of us, now that we're always online, always connected, doing so many transactions online, living our lives online, it's become a security threat to all of us, a safety threat, a privacy threat, and Israel has expertise and experience in those areas. So yes, we're probably, I don't know if number one, I hope we are, but definitely in the top three.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a website for you to go and find out more information.
It's very easy, genesispartners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Sachs, Genesis Partners. He's a featured speaker. He's in the cybersecurity world. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNN Live. We're at the Israel Conference 2014 right here in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for coming on to SNN Live.
Thank you. Thank you, Shelley.